The prologue. Rimworld. Little time has passed since your last visit, viewer. Not that it matters. The deity Saragan has no concept of time, or at least, not to his knowledge. The closest phenomenon that us mere mortals can use as an example of what this feels like is when we start to play a game in the morning and we're really enjoying it, and then the words, "Oh shit, it's bedtime. Where the hell did that day go? My wife is going to kill me." Don't worry, little mortal. If your wife hasn't spoken to you since you started in the morning, she has already left you for a more attentive and probably more attractive man. So relax and just go back to your game. His days started with the usual competition with Cruz, pining for Sarai's love. The testosterone filled the air. Who could lay the floor the fastest? Both of them gave up before long, and as usual, Sarai had to finish the job. A new extension was planned, so they could have more space, recreation, sleeping quarters. Cruz, however, decided to play statue. He figured if he did not move, Kevin wouldn't see him. He waited patiently for Kevin to go to sleep before doing his part. Cruz had spotted a raccoon. What a useless creature. Pointless. Someone ought to kill it soon, as it will only get in the way later. The deity caught Kevin practicing his electric staring contest with the rock again. Amazingly, it comes with a byproduct of producing metal. Like with everything, though, Kevin was bad at staring at rocks. Sarai, of course, who was good at everything, could stare at the rock and it would immediately give way to her, as if the rock had manners. Which it did. Kevin's mind had started to unravel. After being rejected by Sarai for the millionth time, he decided to go to Cruz and discuss the matter. The usual, however, happened and Kevin lapsed into a psychotic breakdown. The deity was happy, as Kevin may never recover. Cruz was dreaming. He had dreamt he had attacked a local lynx. They fought for miles. The lynx, however, had other plans. It attacked Cruz, and he was all alone. Sarai came to save him, but as it was a dream, it was obviously going to be too late. She also tried to take on the beast solo, but it too had ended in defeat. After a long day, Cruz had plucked up the courage to ask Sarai, who, taken by surprise, flat out rejected his proposal. Kevin laughed. Thought he might be in with a chance. This, however, did not do well for Cruz's morale. Attack! And at the worst time! Kevin recovering from a psychotic break, and Cruz about to be in one, it was up to Sarai to organize the troops. The attack had begun. Immediately, the enemy targeting the power, the lowly scum went for the windmill. In desperation, Kevin went to draw his attention to lure him to the others. And like a pack of hyenas, they came down upon their prey. Yet again, it was Kevin that took the brunt of the damage, but they felt satisfied they had done the right thing. Time had passed, and Kevin yet again had another psychotic break. Over Sarai, who had yet again rejected him for the third time. The deity loved to watch Kevin suffer and wander around. Wonder how long it would take him to die. Ooh, a transmission. Someone needed help. The race was on. This was their one chance. She could cook. They were saved and she wasn't far away. After feeling rejected, Cruz decided to go. He needed to stretch his legs anyway. A drop pod. With the enemy. And no Cruz. Things were happening all at once. Kevin stepped in to deal with this heathen. And then tend to him in bed. Cruz had made it to the injured butcher. Working as fast as he can, he offered his help and started to treat her wounds. He needed to build a bed fast so the woman could recover, and then they could go home together before the food had run out. At last, she could walk. This was their chance. They started heading back to the base camp together. Disaster! Halfway home, they ran out of food. This was not looking good for young Cruz. They needed help. Sarai, sensing some danger out in the distance, spent some time gathering food and decided to go look for young Cruz, realizing the mistake she had made by rejecting his proposal. She found the two starving to death. After feeding the ravenous two, they started on their way home. Cruz couldn't believe it that she would come for him. After making it back home, Cruz pulled Sarai aside and decided to give the proposal another go. With great joy and tears, she accepted. Kevin was not going to be amused. Another week has passed, and it is now time to say goodbye to our 3, now 4, with a new cook who has arrived. Maybe now they can stop eating rubbish or the corpses of their enemies. Mullins does not know what she is walking into. Good night all, and we will see you next time.